So today we're going to talk about something really, really interesting. Hello everyone, welcome to the Teacher's Time Off with Adora. My name is Adora Igunma and it is the Teacher's Time Off with Adora. If you are a subscriber, if you're an existing subscriber, I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm super excited that you are back here today. And if you are a new subscriber, I want to say welcome. I am blowing confetti in the air for you. I want to say a big thank you. I appreciate you for coming. Now, if you are yet to subscribe, I want you to hit the subscribe button right now. Ensure that you also click the bell button so that you know when I go live or when I post a new video. All right, so do that right now. Don't forget, share this video, like, comment, and just ensure that everyone around you, your colleagues, your friends, have access to this video. All right, so let's dive in. So I watched a video. I came across a video on Instagram, right, of a student, should I say assaulting or beating up a teacher. I sent the video to my community and, there were a lot of comments, but whilst reflecting on the video, I came up with some things to do in that sort of situation, or how schools can avoid that from happening, or even teachers can avoid that from happening. All right. So I'm going to be looking at my script. I have a written script because I honestly do not want to try to memorize everything. So I'm going to be reading from a script. Yes. I'll just read out my points and then go straight into explaining each point. This video is going to be in two parts. I do not want to bombard you with a lot of minutes. So I'm going to be doing it in two parts and releasing it in 1 week, right? So you just come back during the week on Friday, probably, or Saturday, and then you're going to see the part. So this is the first time I'm trying this, so let's see how it goes. I mean, the part of dropping two videos in 1 week, all right? So let's watch the video together. The video, what did you think of the video? Because when I watched that video, I was like, and this won't be the first time that I'm seeing a video like that. And the truth is, it's very sad that we see students and teachers in that light. It was not so. Before now, it was not so. Teachers were seen as, the superior ones. But I mean, that's not the way teaching should be, right? The students are at the center, but at the same time, when you encounter a student that lacks discipline or proper home training, you tend to see scenarios like that play out. But let's look at ways, right, that this could have been avoided, or this can be avoided in the future. The first thing that I want teachers to always be aware of, because sometimes it's the teachers that actually put themselves in situations like that, right? Those annoying teachers that we had in secondary school or primary school, and just give me one moment, I'm just going to... There were teachers like that got on our nerves. But as a teacher, it should not be so. Emotional intelligence should be your number one skill. As a teacher, it's very important. So my number one tip for you is know your triggers. Know your triggers. Everyone has a trigger. There's that one thing or two things or three things that someone will do to you, and then it just pisses you off. It varies from person to person. It's not everyone that you will say something to, maybe like a word to, that will piss them off. Some people are just like, oh, well, whatever. But there are some people that if you do certain things, if you say certain words, if you probably come into their space and you rearrange their space, and there are some people that it just irks them. They don't tolerate certain things. And so as teachers, it's very important that we know our triggers and then train ourselves to know that I need to walk out. There is something that they teach kids called the WITs, walk away, ignore them, right? Talk it out. You can also bring someone in to help out, right? So the kids will always say, I will use my wits, right? That's emotional intelligence. Know your triggers, know when to excuse yourself. And when it's pissing you off, just take a moment, take a breather, walk away, talk to someone about it, ignore it, but do not just keep quiet and just like when they say ignore it, like just that kind of thing when it's eating you up. So look for a way to take a breather, and then before you continue any other thing in your classroom, just do all of those things, because the moment another child does the same thing or does something even minute, it might just push you off the edge. So know your triggers, right? It is very, very important that you do that. All right. Number 2 is silence is golden, right? Silence is golden. It's very important to know that sometimes when people say silence is approval, it's not necessarily approval in situations like this. Keeping silence, keeping your composure, right? There is a courage, there's a presence you should carry as a teacher. Keeping that, even when the child does that, right? You've known your triggers, you're walking away, you're walking out. The child had already started shouting and giving an attitude from the beginning. So you know that she's coming towards me, and so you are moving out, right? And you are keeping quiet. Ensure you've involved other teachers and they are watching. So it's not the time to throw abuses and all of those things. You can say words like calm down, take a deep breath, and all of those things. But it's not the time to exchange words with the student and try to prove that you're an adult and all of those things. No, just keep quiet if possible. Stay calm, and also keep repeating the words calm down. Take a step back when you see the child coming close to you. Involve all the other teachers, because the truth is, some children, like that one, she was already moving towards the teacher, and the teacher was still speaking. So at that moment, the time she was going to speak, she could have walked out of the classroom and then involved other teachers, and it may not have escalated up to that level. Policies should be made in schools surrounding even student violence against teachers. Yes, there has to be policies, disciplinary policies that guide the students in the school, and parents. The whole school community should be aware of these policies. If there are no policies that students are not aware of that are guiding the students and also protecting teachers, then it is very possible that students will do whatever they want to do and probably even go scot-free. It is very possible. So there should be disciplinary policies that guide students, and they should be reminded of it all the time. So when things like that happen, the students knows, oh, I'm in trouble, and probably the student is getting disciplined in whatever way the school has chosen to do that. So there should be policies, standard policies that have been implemented over time, not just, oh, it's that particular day we know that the policies are going to come out. No, from the beginning, there should have been policies guiding the students on how to act, right? And also protecting teachers as well. I hope we understand. The next one will be that schools should have legal reps. Schools should have legal reps. Schools should have legal reps. Have your lawyers. Have your lawyers. Yes, some students, some parents will at that moment want to try to, oh, why did you trigger my child? You have your lawyers by your side. Have legal representatives to support your teachers, because after that kind of thing happened, you can choose. Like I saw in the comments, you can choose to sue if parents are not careful, if parents are taking it to another level. Have your lawyers. It is very, very important that you have lawyers protecting your school and your teachers and your students. What if in that situation another student was involved, and maybe the student was trying to separate them or whatever, and then something happened? Have your lawyers. Have your lawyers. I'm not saying you should sue the child, but sometimes parents can be funny and escalate issues even though their child or their children were at fault. So have your lawyers to protect your teachers. All right. Another one that I want you to know is that it is okay for you to have your own policies that you stand by and ensure that your students are aware of these policies. For example, if a child, right, talks back at you or is rude to you, there are consequences that they face in your classroom, right? Have standard policies, rules, regulations, whatever you want to call it in your classroom that students have been aware of from time back. Also, when you are getting employed in a school, right, tell them that you want to know their policies that or their legal policies that cover teachers as well. Tell them that you want to know about these policies that cover them, because things can happen in the school environment. Imagine a parent coming to school and slapping a teacher in the presence of other children. It is wrong, and your school has to stand for you. You have your own policies that you've involved your school leaders before time that I will not tolerate this and that in this school environment. Teachers are already under a lot of pressure, and so they cannot afford to now add a parent slapping them for no reason, or the fact that maybe their child failed and they refuse to see reasons with them that their child actually failed. So you need to be aware of school policies, and you can choose to have your own policies that if these things happen, I will not tolerate this, and if the school does not back me up, it's even worse, which will lead us to our next point. All right, so before we go to the next point, I'm going to stop here for part 1 and then continue in the next video to finish up. Remember, I do not want you to be overloaded with a lot of information. I'm trying to make my videos short as short as possible. I'm trying to make my videos as short as possible. So at this juncture, I will see you in the next video. But before you go, do not forget to subscribe. Click the subscribe button right now. And do not forget to also click the bell button. Okay, please do that right now. And do not forget to share, like, and comment. I really want to see your comments. It was very interesting having this conversation in my community, and I'm really ready to see what my subscribers have to say. So I'll see you in the next video that will drop on Saturday. All right, bye bye.